two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost, the road not taken. That quote is used quite often to help people realize that most of us are going the wrong way. Although many people will then criticize them for saying, well, that's not really what Robert Frost meant it to be. And as far as I'm concerned, I really don't care what Robert Frost meant it to be, because it's more important to use it the way we're using it now. Because that's the problem we have in our society. We don't want to make this confusing for anybody. Most of us are going the wrong direction. You don't want to get on that road. Two roads. Road to truth, the road to hell. Most people are not on the road to truth. Most people don't even know about the road to truth. That's why it's not traveled very much. And because it's going the opposite way, it's even harder to do it if you know about it. It's hard to break away from the stream of the crowd. We just want to glide with the rest of them. You know, it's all about the herd mentality. There's protection in being in a herd. Psychologically, it's difficult to break away from this. But we're just like a herd headed for a cliff. And we've got to realize we're on the wrong path. We took the wrong road in life. And it makes a huge difference. The difference between hell and paradise. Paradise, we don't have problems that are within our control. Hell, we've got tons of problems, and virtually every one of them are 100% within our control. Again, the sad thing in this life is that most people never come upon these two trails. They just stay on one trail and they just keep on going. They're on that road to hell. And it's destined to have a dead end. We are somewhat like a cancer on this planet, aren't we? What we do to the planet and other species, ourselves. And it's as simple as taking the right road, the road to truth. As I mentioned in my previous video, or as Buddha pointed out, two mistakes we can make when it comes to being on this road to truth. One is not ever getting on it, and the other is not going all the way. It's easy to get pulled back the other way, isn't it? That's one of the hardest things that we are up against. So I'm convinced the one thing that could be the reason why we become extinct, this herd mentality of ours where we're just playing follow the leader, could actually be the one thing that turns it around. I've talked about this before. I gave it a piece number, and it's all about being the trim tabs to society. What's a trim tab? It's the rudder on the rudder. So instead of a herd of animals heading for a cliff, we're like a ship heading for an iceberg. Big ships have big rudders about 6 stories tall. Can't turn that rudder by itself. You gotta have a rudder on the rudder. It's a trim tab, and that's what you guys are out there. We are the trim tabs to society. We're the ones that are going to help us reach the tipping point, which would be about 10% of the population. And when we can become the rudder on the rudder, we'll turn the rudder, and that will turn the ship, and we can avoid this iceberg. It's a very simple solution. This is really exciting to think about how easy it could be to turn this ship around. And then, of course, the key is to making sure everybody in this ship is the best that they can be. So, what happens in life? Do most people ever see this fork in the road? No. And when they do, what happens? They check it out, and it's a tough road to stay on because everyone else is over there on the other road. Again, psychologically, it's hard to break away from the herd. And again, we can use this piece of the puzzle. That's could be the big thing that will create our demise, following the leader. And that is to turn it around. Well, let's follow a different direction. Let's take the road less traveled. that's not being taken now, and turn it around so that everyone who goes where we're supposed to go will know what's going on. Didn't quite come out like I wanted it to. Only those who go where few have gone can see what few have seen. Only those who have gone where you're supposed to go will turn this place back into paradise. And I guarantee you, my friends, it's not that hard to do. We can do it. And when it happens, we're all in for a treat.